Klaus, 2019. The letter that woke up a town. Smeerensburg is not a place. It's a mind that forgot how to give. A whole town organized around grievance, where identity is inherited as hatred, and hatred is defended as tradition. The Crumbs and the Ellingbows don't merely dislike each other, they require each other to remain real. Because without an enemy, the ego has to face an unbearable question. Who am I if I'm not against someone? Jesper arrives thinking he's being punished. But the punishment is not the island. The punishment is the emptiness of a life with no function. He's rich in comfort and poor in meaning. So his father gives him a quota instead of a lecture. 6,000 letters in 1 year. A number that sounds like discipline, but is actually a doorway. At first, Jesper is still transactional. He's clever, not kind. He's motivated, not moved. So he invents leverage. A penny for postage. No letter, no toy. It sounds harsh until the deeper structure shows itself. Because Jesper is accidentally doing something metaphysically explosive. He is linking desire to learning and learning to giving. He is turning need into motion instead of complaint. He is building a bridge the ego cannot build because the ego cannot give without taking credit. Then comes the moment that changes the entire film. The failed letter. The child's drawing doesn't complete the system. It doesn't reach a mailbox. It doesn't earn a stamp. It floats, like grace ignoring procedure, and lands at Klaus's feet. That's the Annunciation scene, disguised as an accident. That orb of light around Jesper is not decoration. It's recognition. It's the film saying, without words, that something has shifted in the cause. Klaus doesn't decide to rejoin life because Jesper persuades him. Klaus notices that Jesper is becoming a conduit, a carrier, a deliverer in the deepest sense. That's when Jesper makes the offer that becomes the engine of everything. Klaus has unused toys. Toys that are meaningless in isolation and unbearable in grief. Jesper offers to remove the burden. I will deliver them for free. That is the perfect offer, because it asks Klaus for nothing except what Klaus already is. A maker, a giver, a man whose hands were meant to extend love, not preserve loss. Klaus didn't stop making toys because love died. He stopped because love had nowhere to go. Jesper doesn't fix Klaus's grief. He gives grief a direction. And direction is what turns pain into purpose. Now Alva. Alva is what postponed function looks like. She came to teach and ended up selling fish. Not because she's lazy, because she's defending a story. These people don't want to learn. This town is hopeless. I'll save money and escape. That is ego time. Meaning delayed until conditions improve. Then Jesper does the simplest, most ruthless thing imaginable. He brings her students. Children who want to write. Children who want to learn. Children whose desire is now linked to action. And in that moment, Alva's excuses lose oxygen. Teachers teach. If teaching is real, it cannot depend on the town becoming ideal first. So Alva begins to teach, and the town begins to change, and the escape plan starts to look childish. Because function is a kind of homecoming. The feud breaks the way all feuds break. Not through argument, but through innocence being witnessed. The frog scene is the holy instant. Two children see a toy, not a bloodline. They see play, not history. The adults look away for 1 second, and in that second, the future changes. Because once innocence is seen, it cannot be unseen. That's why the elders panic. They're not protecting children from danger, they're protecting identity from collapse. Then the letters multiply, not because Smeerensburg becomes moral, but because giving becomes contagious. A selfless act sparks another, not as poetry, but as mechanics. When people receive without being attacked, they begin to remember they can give without losing. And when giving stops being a sacrifice, peace stops being a fantasy. Jesper's arc is not becoming good. It is becoming useful. It is moving from entitlement to extension. It is the shift from using people to serve a plan to serving people and discovering the plan was never the point. Klaus's arc is not finding Christmas spirit. It is grief being alchemized into function. It is love discovering that it can still move. And that is why Klaus disappears the way he does. No goodbye, no explanation, no trace. Because when function is complete, form does not need to remain to be memorialized. Light does not leave footprints. It moves where it is needed, and it vanishes when it is not. And once a year, Jesper sees his friend again. Not because Klaus is a myth, because function, once remembered, is never truly lost.